What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to another episode of Pour Michigan Reviews. We're dealing with some Chicago beer. It's going to be Off Color Brewing, guys. It's the beer for the top shelf, so they're giving a little regard to hockey and hockey terms. You're hitting that goal right kind of below that crossbar, the top shelf, guys. It's the corner, okay? So I like the name. They do this all the time. They always name beers after things. They'll say beer for the blank. We know this. You guys that actually follow Off Color, you know that that's kind of their style. That's their shtick. So this one today, though, guys, is a Vienna style lager with maple syrup added. So haven't had a Vienna lager in a while, let alone one added with maple syrup. So this is going to be a first for me. There is no canned on date from Off Color. It is what it is, guys. I think this is coming in around $11.99 for a 4-pack. So we have malts, Vienna, flaked barley, hops, Sterling, and First Gold. Not familiar with any of that. And then Secret Technique, Upper Midwest sourced pure maple syrup. So I'm looking forward to this one, guys. It's the first day of October, time of recording. So we're going to dive into this fantastic style beer because I haven't had one of these in a minute. So let's go to a pour, guys. A little bit more yellow than I thought. Almost looks like a New England style IPA. But this is coming off quite hazy. It's coming off a little bit of that golden pineapple-y orange, a little bit of copper in there as well. But man, yeah, it's it kind of doesn't look like how I pictured it for some reason. I thought it'd be like darker. I thought it'd be like darker brown and kind of reddish brown, if you will. So I'm not seeing that. There's pretty good carbonation stream into the top. Very bright white, not creamy, foamy head sitting on top, kind of Dawn soapy. Sliding down the glass pretty nicely, but again, pretty hazy and not that brown, guys. Was considering this to be brownish, amber, and it's not. A lot of Vienna lagers are that color, but this one is not. Let's go to an aroma. Smells kind of like yeasty, bready, corny, grainy, sweet, kind of Pilsner vibe. To be honest, it doesn't smell kind of how I imagined it for some reason. Not getting any of the maple syrup whatsoever. Sweet, small breadiness. Sweet corn. I mean, just like a Bohemian Pilsner. Kind of perplexing. Didn't think it'd smell like this, guys, or look like it, but let's go to a cheers. It is beer for the top shelf. Cheers. Okay. A little bit of cornbread in there. A little bit of a bready, sweet caramel notes in there, but they're very light. Just a touch of it. Just the faintest touch of bready, caramely sweetness, guys, that could be mistaken for maple syrup, but the maple syrup is so subdued, so tiny, such a fraction of it appearing in this beer. If I had done this blindly, there's no way I consider maple syrup to be a part of this recipe. But it's very clean, it's very well balanced. It doesn't teeter-totter in any one direction. It's not too sweet. It still is quite dry and refreshing on the back end. Again, it drinks more like a Bohemian-style Pilsner. It drinks more like a throwback German Pilsner. It's not that funky. But again, sweet cornbread vibe on the front. A little bit of that caramel sweetness pairing with it very nicely. And then, guys, it's clean drinking. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I thought there'd be a little bit more depth to this. At the end of the day, it's a lager, but just the fact that it was, brewed with maple syrup, I thought there'd be another layer to this. It's not quite there for me. Is it good? Absolutely. It's a very good lager. I don't know that I would point it out that it's a Vienna style. Again, it's got a nice touch of sweetness, but I don't think it's something that sticks out as to what's labeled on the can art, guys. So, is it good? Absolutely. Is there depth to it? Not really. It's just a very nicely well-balanced lager, in my opinion. Vienna style, that's a toss-up. Maple syrup, not really getting it. You kind of have to ding it because it's not, the attributes aren't where listed. Do I like it? Absolutely. It's a good lager. Just got that nice touch of caramel sweetness that you could say is maple syrup, guys, but really it's a toss-up. It's just a good, standard, solid, like German lager on its own. It tastes closer to that than I'd say like a Vienna style lager with maple syrup. So as for rating, I'm gonna go 3.7. It's just good. It's just a good lager. I don't think it's anything mind-blowing. Had they just listed it as a normal lager with something else in the title or something more generic that wasn't maple syrup, I might have bumped it up a little bit. But at the end of the day, guys, it's a lager, Vienna-style lager to be specific, and I dig it, but it's not anything that's mind-blowing. So 3.7 out of 5 for me. It's been the beer for the top shelf, guys. Thank you so much for being here. It was an off-color review. Until next time, it's Pour Michigan Reviews. Cheers.